We're not going to be perfect along this journey of entrepreneurship, and that's okay, because you are going to be great and you are going to be strong and you absolutely can do this. Friends, Amy Walker here, and welcome to the CEO Spot. This is one of your biz tip videos, and what we are talking about today is how to stay confident even when things are not going well. When you're having setbacks, you're having disappointments, frustration in your business, how do you stay confident in the things that you know when things are going wrong? It's not always easy. I've definitely had seasons of my business where everything seems to be going right, and all around you, you've got evidence that you know what you're doing, right? Like the things that you know how to do are working and people are coming your way and things are going well. And it's really easy in those moments to look at it and be like, I got this. I'm confident in my skills. I'm confident in my knowledge. I'm confident in who I am. I know I take good care of my clients. And then we have the times in business where it's not all adding up the way that we wanted it to. Maybe plan A didn't work and we're on to plan B or C or D or E or F, right? But it's not going the way that we hoped that it would. And when you have those moments, that's where I think it gets really challenging to keep your mind a good place. I heard a quote once that your mind is like a dangerous neighborhood and you shouldn't go there alone. And I love that, because those are times when you really do need to make sure that you're not letting yourself get lost with your thoughts. And that is the number one thing that I look at when I feel like, mistakes have happened around me or failures have happened around me, and I'm sitting here now trying to not feel like a failure who doesn't know anything, right? First thing I look at is my thoughts. So am I keeping them positive? What is going through these ears right here? And one of the tools that I learned years ago was to actually write down all the negative thoughts. It's funny how powerful they are when they're going on inside your head, and how the minute you write it down, you look at it and you're like, well, that's not even true. Like it immediately makes it feel unreal. For example, how many of you have ever heard the words in your head, you're a terrible parent? Like really terrible? Like, I don't abuse my children. I feed them. They're clean. Their room's not so much, but they're clean. They're doing well in school. They're happy. I hug them every day. I yell at them once in a while, not very often, right? Like, so this thought of I'm a terrible parent, that doesn't make any sense. And so when you'll actually take the time to see what those thoughts are that are going through your mind, get them out on paper, and just so you know, any kind of failure or disappointment or setback is going to trigger a lot more of those. So have a notebook handy and write them down as they come, and that will help you to really get some clarity around the fact that you're not terrible, you're not stupid, you're not incapable or incompetent. You really do know what you're doing. So number one is really watch those thoughts when you're going through any kind of setbacks. Number two, I want you to be generous and kind with yourself. It's so easy for us to pick out a couple areas where we're weak and we suck and we're doing badly and to make that the focal point. But the reality is there's tons of other areas where we're doing pretty darn good. I know that I'm not great at everything, but I do know that I do a lot of really good things. And so we find what we look for. And if you are looking for evidence that supports this idea that you're not good enough because you had this failure and setback, you'll find it. But if you will be nice to yourself and you'll flip the conversation and start looking for and finding evidence for all the things that show that you do know what you're talking about, you are capable and competent and you are doing good things, and that this is just a minor setback. So start looking for that, track it, write it down, make notes on your mirror, write it in lipstick, or dry erase marker, or make yourself a big poster board that tells you all of the things about you that are great. But you've got to present your brain with evidence. Otherwise, that disappointment and setback, it just speaks so loudly that it's really hard to keep that confidence level up. The other thing that I would do is I would recommend that you go and you use that talent or skill that you have that maybe you're doubting or lacking confidence in, and go use it and serve. Just give of your time, give of your knowledge, give of your expertise to somebody who's going to really value and appreciate it, and then watch the impact that it makes. Just straight up show up and do something good for somebody who wasn't expecting it, and watch how they value what you bring to the table, and that will as well help to feed your confidence and help boost it back up. Okay, so my last tip. This is actually the number one thing that I go to when I'm in that space of experiencing disappointment or frustration and I'm feeling my confidence kind of start to dip. Okay, I just thought of another one. There's two things that I do. So one is I actually unplug from outside sources and I spend time with my family, because my family loves me and they love me unconditionally, and I'm really blessed to be able to have that. But spending time just playing with my children or being with my husband, it really helps me to remember that my value is not tied to my external performance. I am not loved by my children because of how many subscribers I have to my newsletter. I'm not loved by my husband because of how much money I have in the bank, right? I am loved because of who I am as a person. And sometimes I just need that separation of my performance versus my value. And that helps me to reconnect with my confidence as well. And then the last one, I can't believe I almost forgot this one because this one's really critical, is I definitely spend some time reconnecting my mind, body, and soul or spirit, depending on what words you use. But I will spend some time getting connected with my source. I'll spend some time getting connected with me. I will apologize to myself for any mean things that I've said, and I'll listen to my body and be like, okay, what do you need in order to be successful? And I try to get body, mind, and spirit reconnected again, because when those three are connected, I don't really struggle with confidence. You know, I'm not going to necessarily go out there and be fake confidence. I'm not going to go out into the world with a false bravado trying to overcompensate, but I'm pretty comfortable with who I am when those three are connected. Imperfectly perfect, right? I am imperfectly doing my best, and I'm good with that. And the contributions that I create from that space, they're pretty awesome. Sometimes I sit back and I look at the things that I am able to do and I'm like, wow, Amy, that's impressive. And I get to be the one who chooses if that's the experience I have, or if I'm going to allow myself to get dragged down by circumstances. We're not going to win every single time. And you know what? In order to be successful in business, the great news is we don't have to win every single time. But we do get to decide how long we stay down when we fall. And we do get to decide if we're going to connect our performance with our value. And we do get to decide that we're going to speak meanly to ourselves inside of our own head. Or we can just choose to be nice and to be kind and to allow ourselves a little bit of grace. We're not going to be perfect along this journey of entrepreneurship, and that's okay, because you are going to be great and you are going to be strong and you absolutely can do this. So, short video today, but I just wanted to give you some encouragement. If you've experienced some setbacks recently, it's okay. Deep breaths. It's all going to be fine. You will be fine, your business will be fine, the people you love will be fine, and we're going to sail right through it. So thanks so much for watching. If you know someone that needs this conversation, go ahead and share it with them, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Also, join us on our private Facebook group, the CEO Spot. We would love to see you there to continue the conversation of entrepreneurship. Thanks, everyone.